I'm going to talk about the power of the sharp 11. Yes, power of the sharp 11, or power of the hashtag 11, right? If you want to call it that. Let's see if we got our iPhone cam ready, and there it is. And what I'm talking about is when we ended that chord, right? It was that. Does that sound familiar? I'm going to talk away from the mic a little bit because we're going to talk about the Saturday Secret. So what I just played is, here's the G. I'm starting with G, B, D, G, and then on top, here's your B on top, and then here's the juicy note, the money note. It's a C sharp. And that gives it sort of that final final punctuation. It's like the cherry on top of a dessert, like the final, like you have the whipped cream on top, but then that little cherry. Here's the whip. Here's your 4, 5, 1, right, and then you have the cherry on top. You hear what I'm saying? So that's called the sharp 11. And that power of that 11, I remember when I was in jazz. I'm going to slide over here. Well, I could kill the screen real quick. When I was in music, just kind of playing in, yes, the power of the Lydian, Owen says. It's from my perspective, and I've actually, as I've come to, like, I can explain it in Lydian and Phrygian or whatever, and that's a good thing to definitely identify with in music school or wherever you want, however you want to study it. But the way I heard it, I remember in like jazz band or whatever. I don't remember exactly the first time that I actually did it, and added my first. I think it was obviously probably a song on C, right? And of course, it was probably a blues song where it was like. Oh, wait a minute. Bring this down. Got the volume up there. Right, there's your sharp 11. And the thing about the sharp 11 is it just kind of takes it. It's just obviously outside of the key. I look at it as like a sidestep, because if you think of that F sharp, say in the key of C, now we're back in the key of C, that F sharp is the major third of the D chord, which is right next to the C, and then to give you context, here's your C, and listen to the next chord on top. Goes shifted one whole step over. And there's it has that finale. It's like I added a flat 7, so so here's your blues. But when you added that, the power. See that sharp 11 has so much power. Just the note alone. You don't even have to outline the chord. Outlining the rest of the chord, the D, right? So that's the power of that sharp 11, and it obviously it works in not just in blues tunes, or if you want that sort of dangerous sound, that kind of. But it also has I also call the new age ending too. A new aging, meaning his, so you can end the ballad. Hey, something to do. Messing around. end of a wedding or slow dance at the sharp 4. That prompts people to clap. People will obviously clap, you know, but if you're just sitting on the chord and people still aren't clapping, hit that sharp 11. I promise you they will start clapping so you can move on to the next song. Does that make sense? The sharp 11 is, let's see, Owen Kennedy says, and the sharp 11 is the first 4 you hear in the overtone series. Nice. Yeah. Look, I love you, Owen. You got to understand that most people, I mean, the way I look at it is like, totally makes sense. But when you use words like overtone, you could scare people away. You could totally scare people away. So I think it's important to just kind of, the way I visualize, at least conceptually, is using your music as an imagination and where you can use, at least that's the way I look at it, is it's like a secret. People don't think of it that way, but I'm telling you how I think of it. Like, the new age, at the end of a gig, like say you're 18 years old and you just started playing your first gig, your first piano gig, and you're in a wedding band, and they're, all the tunes, but the endings, the bands don't rehearse endings or the flavors or vibes. And this is some little tricks that you can have in your back pocket that will take you a long way. Trust me. It's like once you start instinctively knowing what to do in safe settings, whether it's, basically like a wedding, you're a function, and your goal is obviously to it takes you to a higher ground. I love that. Exactly. There you go. There's another one. It does. It feels higher ground. It just feels elevated a little bit. And I love thinking that way, the power of the sharp 11. There are other things about the sharp 11 that I absolutely love it's a little deeper. Like, let me show you something. The sharp 11 in, used as, in the 4 chord. Uh-oh. We just lost the keyboard. Oh boy. All right, that's fine. The stand got knocked over. We're going to reset it because I want you to see what I'm doing on the piano, but we got a little technical difficulty, guys. Hold on. We're going to set this up. So you're going to get the real behind the scenes look at what I'm dealing with here. I'm setting up the camera so you can see there we go. See? This is raw, guys. You're getting the real thing here. You're seeing me struggle stream, and that's okay. I am your guinea pig, and we are all in this together as guinea pigs to experiment, to find the notes. There we go. Let's see if this stays up. I'm really sorry about the wobbliness, but you get the idea. This won't. I'll try to keep my hand around that area. So, but you can at least sort of see the piano and the notes and all. But the 4 chord, okay? Let's get into this. You guys cool? Say hey. If you guys are cool with this, put a 1 in the chat. If you're digging it. If you're not, if you want to move on, put a 2. But I promise this won't go long. Because I want to get into stage performance, clothing. I want to talk about sneakers, culture, NBA. But let's go. The sharp 11 in the 4 chord. Okay? So you check this out. So you got. Pretty straightforward. See, I'm doing a C. C to F7. I wish you can see higher up on my head, but it's more important to listen. Hear the one. Here, I'm gonna change it. Hear that? So, where do you use it? At least for me, the first thing I think about is more like R&B stuff or even blues. But let's go back to the end of a song. How we were kind of ending songs. A lot of songs do end on the full. has a sinister ending, like obviously maybe a more depressing ending or a sad ending. That's how you could end. If you're soundtracking, you can end right there, right? Or you can really end it that's the sharp 11, the power, and it's also the major 7 in C minor. They call it a major minor chord. So you have a minor, is your minor third, but a major 7. Hear that? You heard that endings like Charlie's Angels, right? That's kind of. So, that's one of my favorites. You hear that one? It took me. I'll reveal this one to you too, because you guys are watching the show. But this is like one of my favorite. I heard Keith Jarrett do that on a video, and I just was like, wait a minute, what is that? That's not. Listen. That's not. It's actually. So what's happening is, I'll give it to you. It's an F. So F minor. It's a C minor 9. You have B flat, D, E flat, G on top, and da da. F, E flat. Now listen. There's your minor 9. There's your sharp 11. There's your 13, an A natural, and there's your money note right there. Guess what? It's another sharp 11. It's the sharp 11 of C. So there you go. Listen, you don't hear it in the C minor because it becomes a diminished. Listen to the C minor. That doesn't work. The sharp 11 is impatient. It's sort of like it's drawing attention to itself. That sharp 11 is like, no, you already had in the earlier part of the lesson. The sharp 11 that is shining in this chord is the sharp 11 in F, the 4 chord. So there it is. That's the note of comment. But the F sharp is saying, yo, can I come in now? Can I join the party? And it goes, yes, you can, but octave below. You're not going to be above me. So we're going to go here. If it was up here, it's cool too. So let me see how. That's cool too. Right? Da, 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 da. So you have. That is so cool to me. I don't know about you. Spell that last chord, please. Okay. The F on the bass, E flat on top, and then I'm going to go up. It's F sharp, A natural, B natural, D natural. So you got a D6-9 on top. Like if you were to the 9 isn't really there, actually. No, it's not a D6-9 on top. It's a D, I guess you could say it's a D major 6 on top of F7. B sharp? Nope. Incorrect. That is not a B sharp. There's no B sharp in that. But in theory, if you were writing on a chart, you would basically say F7, sharp 11. I would actually call it an F13, sharp 11. What would you put? I guess you would have to say it's a flat 9. You guys, let me know, all the music nerds. Would you say if I was? Would that chord be like in this? Obviously, C minor 9. What's that chord? I guess you'd say it's an F13, as in dominant, because you have the. There's your major F. It makes it a dominant, right? There's your flat. But I'm adding the sharp 11 and a flat 9. that's the note. If you want to look at from the right hand, I'm going A, B, D natural, E flat, F sharp. Oi, exactly. I mean, yeah, there you go, Rick. I mean, but listen, guys. Let me go full screen here real quick. That's the power of that sharp 11, right? You have so many different, obviously, approaches, but I'm just gonna give you that one. So you have that, and obviously it could also lead to a whole tone scale, Can you see that? So I'm kind of going, yeah. So you got, let me get back to the camera one more time. This is sharp 11, but you could see how you could really outline that whole tone scale with that sharp 11. It opens up all the white keys, at the bottom, and then right on top, you got that, the D flat, E flat. But then you sneak in there. There's that F sharp again. That bastard F sharp. Which is cool. You're hearing that. Basically, you're hearing an F rub against an F sharp. Right? So, again, that darn power of that F sharp. Okay, Mario Luigi Gamers here. Hi, how's it going? Welcome. I was right. Yes, thanks, Owen. F13, sharp 11, flat 9. Cool. I wanted to cover that, and we did. I'm so happy. Yes, give yourselves come on. See, I'm so bad. Come on, give yourselves a round of applause. Come on. There it is. Yes, sir. Listen, time's ticking. We have we got about 43 minutes left. What does it say? Sounds major to me, modulating to minor. Major to me, modulating to minor? No, we were in minor key originally, Tanya. And then we were, we were in a minor key. But it's more about understanding the function of that sharp 11. Is there one more that I'm missing? I think 3 is good. We covered that. We got the 3. We got the major happy song, right? And then we also have the more like the sinister, if you wouldn't need it in a blues, right? There's the whole tone scale again, right? And then the final one is that sort of using it in the 4 chord. Tell you what, speaking of 4, I want to give you one more. I use it. This is actually a very good secret. I knew I was missing one. Remember, I was like, there's got to be one. Is in a major key song, like especially R&B. I'm going to switch to the Rhodes. In R&B music, use it in the 2 dominant chord. Okay? And I'm going to explain why. Say in the key. Nice. Are you hearing the, if you have your earphones on, you should be hearing it like a nice slow, a nice panning. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get into final, say we're in the key of a, to the 2 dominant at the sharp 4, yeah, no. It's a sharp 11 right there. But did you hear what I just did? Oh, no. Oh, 3 See what I did? There's the sharp 11. Okay? Did you guys hear what I just did? I used the sharp 11 in the 2 chord. It stretches it out. It kind of brings it, gives it a little tension, and it's just something about it, right? Let me go to the piano. Right? Here's your 2 minor, 3, 4, 5. Do you hear it going there? I'm just going 1 to 4, 5. So let's go to the camera. Okay. G minor, you know, C to the D minor. This is sometimes you'll hear this a lot. You go to the D minor, you know. Here's your 2 dominant, right? So there it is. It's sort of what I did in that C to F. Right? But let's keep it more simple. I'm gonna go. See? So your D minor. Does that make sense? I know Rick says sounds great, but OMH over my head. It's. I think this is for you, Rick, to not get don't get so stuck in the notes and the numbers and all that. For the musician people like Owen, they're seeing what I'm talking about and a little more clearly. But the important thing is for you to hear it, and that's what I'm trying to bridge that gap where you hear, right? Real simple, right? 1, 4, 5, D minor. There's your 2 dominant. You know. See what I mean? So what I'm saying is like in an R&B setting, or jazz. Who's doing this kind of stuff? I mean, I guess. I was trying to think of somebody who kind of straddles that line. I mean, Brian McKnight, you'll hear that in a lot of R&B, gospel, but it's an old trick. Quincy Jones. You know, there's your sharp 11. So, you know, you guys have any questions, you can always kind of reach out to me, email me, or maybe we can have this discussion at some point. But that's my Saturday secret for today is the power of the sharp 11. Shoot me, do me a favor, shoot me a little thumbs up if you like that. If you think it was a cool thing or a little too, I don't know.